Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we're playing a deck I've entitled Ratpocalypse. Ratpocalypse. You know, it's not because there's too many rats in this deck. It's just because when the rats come out, that's when you know the end times have come. If that sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, sometimes referred to as the Great Khan of North Macedonia, Dr. Yukon SuckIt. Yes, thank you. Film before a live studio audience. Thank you so much, Yukon SuckIt. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck, let's just say I found it over on the Aether Hub. Deal was I was looking for something that had Song of Totentanz in there. I didn't play that in a while. I love it. I love that card. It's really cool. Song of Totentanz. And I found one. It was a Boros deck. Boros like tokens or something. And I thought it was made up by MTGA-Assistant-Meta. I'll link to it in the description below. But then I said, you know, I'm not playing it. I'm not playing decks that have old cards in it. We're only going to play rotation-proof stuff. So I had to go in. I had to change out a bunch of cards to make it rotation-proof. So let's just call this a deck I got off of Aether Hub, featuring vocals by Dr. Yukon SuckIt. And I'll have a link to that deck in the description below as well. And so here we go. All right, so this is it's a Boros Tokens deck featuring Songs of Totentanz, adjusted to be rotation proof. Let's take a look at the cards that are in the deck. We'll talk a little bit about how it should work, and then we'll go out and we'll crush some hopes and dreams. What do we got here? We got Songs of Totentanz. So it's just 1 and X. You just pump out a bunch of little rat babies. And they got haste. Creatures you control get haste until the end of your turn. So awesome. Awesome haste, you guys, right? Destroy. This is great because you can destroy creatures, enchantments, or planeswalkers. They get something out of the deal, but being able to go after enchantments is a good deal. Thrill of Possibility allows you to sacrifice a card and then draw 2 cards. You do 3 points of damage to any target. You gain 3 life. Lock down everything with a mana value. So you exile everything with a mana value of 2 or less, which is like all your guys, so don't play it while you got your guys out. Squee will come out with a haste and put out a 1/1 attacking goblin. That's great. You got more hasty guys. Brotherhood does 3 points of damage to each creature and planeswalker and destroys artifacts of mana value of 3 or less. That's a lot of good stuff right now. Goddric comes out as a 3. He's got haste. And then if as long as 2 or more non-land permanents enter the battlefield on his turn, he becomes a dragon and you can pump mana into him. And he's flying and he's a 4/4. Warleader's Call gives all your creatures +1/+1. And then whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, it deals 1 damage to each opponent, which means you combo that up with Song of Totentanz. You're doing a bunch of damage just when they come into play. Elder Dragon War does 2 damage to each creature and each opponent. The deals with this deck, you gotta, we'll talk about that in a little bit. And then discard number of cards, draw that many cards. And then lastly, 4/4 Dragon out of the deal. And Temporal Firestorm is our replacement for Burn Down the House, because we don't get any devils out of this, but we do have the ability to do 5 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. The cool thing is we can also kick to phase out our own guys if we happen to. So if we happen to have extra mana, then we can phase out like Squee or Goddric or something like that if we want to save their butts. So it's a great card, probably seeing a lot of use in the future. We got a man land, we got a bunch of semi-slow and painful dual lands, and then some regular lands beyond that. All right, so that's it. What are we going to do with this deck? We're not going to be putting down creatures at first. We are not. We're going to be controlling the battlefield as much as we can, working to get our mana up. And then when we get to a nice sweet spot, we'll throw down some Warleader's Calls at 3, continue to blow the board, and then eventually to start slamming out Squees, maybe some Goddrics, and finishing up with Songs of Totentanz. All right, so that's it. That's how you do it. control the board, and then come at them with an ungodly amount of power. That sounds good to you, then that sounds good to me. Before we go out and do our damage, let's do as we do every night, though. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black King Toxrel, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. Our plan against Apprentice Boy. That was a lot of mana. All right, what are we doing? Board wipe. And squealing it up. All right, he's playing Selesnya white. All right. I don't really want another mana. That's plenty. All right, now it's going to take me a lot longer to get out there. 3. It doesn't matter. Just got to let it go. What's this guy doing Selesnya? I played Selesnya Soldier before, Selesnya Humans, whatever it was. It was okay. I just don't remember what was in it. Was it that dude? This is mana value 3. Okay, we're not going to get them. We get the others. We'll have to wait till 5 before we can take this guy out. That's next turn, potentially. Let's put the land destructions over, or the board wipes over there. Five across. There we go. Alright, he is down. Hopefully he's run out of creatures. I mean, he's probably just got a ton of creatures. He's played nothing but them. Get him! Alright, I got Lightning Helix. Get anything that's got a butt of 3 or less. That's got a butt of 3 or less. Alright, let's Totentanz for 4. And he's down to 4. We're looking really good. He has the ability to do his own board wipes at this point, but we still have another Squee. Ooh, we gotta touch the ring. And we win! Suck it, Apprentice Boy! Suck it! Alright, we were playing against Oppai Dono. And I don't know what that is in the middle there. Cool face or something? Oppai Dono? Don't know. I haven't seen Warleader's call in a while. There's 4 of them in here. Ooh, he's trying to distract me with Preciouses. Ooh, we're gonna touch it. We're gonna discard a card. Ah, that one right there. Alright, we need 3 mana is what we need. We can afford to lose another land. Coming at it slow. Another lockdown, huh? Alright, fine. If I put out Squee, it's just going to get killed. But, you know, we got to play the game, unfortunately. Let's put out Warleader's Call. How we can afford to do some damage from no matter what I do. Now you can pop that thing up. We're going to lose Squee. Oh, we got a 3 out of the deal. That's good. Disappointing. How many I got in there now? 3. I need 2 more. It's probably a bad idea, but gotta play. Take it. All right, that's 8 more. Down to 7. Still, I need 1 more in the graveyard to get Squee back. Shoulder's not going to take anything out. Ooh, he's willing to give it up, huh? He's down to 1. He's got 1 defender. All I got to do is drop 1 guy. This is rough. Alright, so I can't make it through now. You giving up your enchantment? You should do that. So all I need to do is put a single guy out. And you're dead. Land's not going to do it. I can't block. He's going to do 8 points of damage. I'm dead. Well, that was disappointing. We were so good. All right, we were playing against Yayo. 187. Yayo. Oh, these are slow lands. Super slow. Yeah, I got enough. Two. At least that's faster. We'll get rid of poor Adeline there. She's out of my league when it comes to temporary lockdownness. You think you'd be putting creatures out if you had the opportunity. Maybe they're just too expensive at this point. I need another mana. And again. I didn't get the mana I was looking for. We're getting light, though, aren't we? Let's go for a little Lightning Helix. We'll take that guy out. Nice. All right. 2 mana left. Not going to do it. 3/3/3s. We got 5s. There we go. All right. What I need to do, though, this is Warleader's Call while we got some time. All in. Come on, you can do a Squee. Pop out some babies. There we go. We need another baby. Goddric's looking good. He's out on he's out on the side, warming up. All right, I'm just gonna screw you over. Is what I'm gonna do. Pow pow! Welcome back, my friend. That's what he gets, is another one to the face. Eyes is 6. Can I just win it this way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go for 5. All right, Song and Warleader's Call. That's it, baby. You can feel free to defend. And we win. Boom, boom. Goes the room. Victory. All right, playing against Soul. Nice and to the point. 3 letters long. Keep. I like what we got here. You're an end game kind of situation, though. No creatures. Well, it's totally an Elegant Parlor. All right, if we do this, I can't believe this. These guys are so slow. What does he cost? 3 additional, huh? Keep putting little guys out. I like that quite a bit. All right, fine. You an instant? Okay, I can potentially do this. What do I want to get rid of, though, if I do it? I don't know. I like what we got. This guy is going to get hosed by the temporary lockdown. I got to give something up. It's going to be the Elegant Parlor. All right, there's 4. Oh, that's wrong. He cancels. All right, there we go. Should I lock them down now? Let's do it. All right, the board is... What is it? The trap is green. The light is green. The trap is clean. There we go. That's the appropriate quote. Another blood hustler. He's a blood hustler. A hustler for blood. Should I wipe him? How much are you going to put me out there? 2/2? Nah, I'll get Death Touch. Don't need that. So I can still wipe his board. Temporal Firestorm is going to take everything out. He seems like he's just laying it all out, though. He wants to be playing Outlaws. Yeah, we'll get rid of... do I really need... It's this one I don't need, right? No, I'd rather get rid of that. Oh, I got rid of 2 cards. Well, that's just the devil talking. What's he going for? Alright, whatever he's playing, I'm sure I can wipe it out. Alright, well, Warleader's call. That's great. And we'll let it go. Perfect. Alright, all we got left is just Ramalama Ding Dong Song of Totentanz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a big 5. And we win. Suck it, soul. Suck it. All right, we're playing against Tbird. Tbird Johnson. Let's catch it before the whistle. Eat the whistle. All right, 3, 3, 3. Everything costs 3. All right, Cubert, I see you. Have some energon cubes. There you go. Look at this. Something else that costs 3. Temporary lockdown. Good times. Well, that's not going to do it. Should I just go for our friend whose name is Brotherhood's End? That was fun. Alright, Goofy Cuckoo Chicken. That's a 3, I think. Alright, Warleader's call. Alright, take it in. Right on the chin. Suck it. Down to 13. Now, I've committed myself to not taking out temporary lockdown. We got 5. I need 2 more if I want to phase it out. Alright, so this is it for our 4/4 Squee. Just pump them up. Down to 1. I always got to slip one more guy through. All I got to do is drop one more guy. Of course, I have no more guys to drop. I got plenty of guys on the battlefield. He's got enough to block. He's not going to go for it. Let's see. Do I just need to fire? He's got one guy left right now. Not enough. He thinks I'm going to get him. I don't think I got it. Whatevs, man. Victory! Alright, we were playing against EMW 365, also known as EMU. 3 mana. Keep. Alright, I like bears. They can stay awake. How you doing there, bear? Lots of songs there. All right, we can get to 3. We can put out the Warleader's Call. You can Squee it. Hopefully we'll pick up more mana along the way. Now, Thrill Possibility is not thrilling me because every other card in here is so good. All right, there we go. We're packed and loaded. He just wants to kill. That killing is me he's trying to go after. Put out Squee. Oh, I'm surprised he didn't have creature kill on him. Nice. And we will leave it. Start Songs of Totentanz him next turn. Or we could just wipe the board. Hopefully that was his only big guy. Four, right? 2, 3, 4. All right, I got enough to just kill him this turn. Let's just do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good game, baby. Boom, boom. Goes the room. Victory. All right, so we are with Ratpocalypse. And it's not a heavily rat deck, but when the rats come down, that's when the end of times are upon us. Yeah, this deck was tons of fun. I love Boros. Boros is a great color combination. A lot of times white's been pissing me off for the last, year or so, just because it's all about, super life gain and everything. I've always liked white in the past. I always thought it blended well. And Boros is usually one of my favorite ways going forward. So this is a deck I got off Aether Hub. I did adjust it to be rotation proof. I think the adjustments did pretty well. I think the one card that I probably had the least fun with was Thrill of Possibility, just because every other card in this deck was so awesome, I couldn't convince myself to throw them away. I mean, I guess I should have said, well, that's okay, because, the next 2 cards I'm going to get are just as awesome, and that might have been a good way to go. I just couldn't get myself to do it. Maybe if I play this deck more, I'll learn to be more forgiving with Thrill of Possibility. All right, so let's see. Who was the MVP? Who was the most valuable player? I mean, the most valuable player was Warleader's Call. Absolutely. We don't have a lot of creatures in here, but it did help when we got Squee out because Squee's little babies were causing that additional point of damage every turn. It was great with if you had 2 of them because you're doing 2 points of damage for every creature you put out. And then, of course, the Song of Totentanz working with Warleader's Call is an excellent combo. So you just got to save at the end. Try not to play your Songs of Totentanz too early. It's not really worth it. But anyways, I'm going to give it to Warleader's Call. You were definitely the MVP of this deck. Congratulations, Warleader's Call. You are going to Disneyland. All right, so let's see. Was this deck competitive? Let's see. I got 80% on ranked. That's probably all we really care about, right? So it's an 80% deck. I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, this is a competitive deck. It's something worth playing. Now, is it like, the top tier, the top 5? No. Top 10? Probably not. Still, is it a good deck worth playing? You play against your friends, play against your brother? Yeah, absolutely. This is definitely a cool deck to play. You could whip it out, and it's going to be a good one to go with. So yes, competitive. Was it fun? Yes. Here's my problem is that a lot of times when we play control and a lot of control, I get kind of bored because all you're doing is just wiping the board. Unfortunately, I kind of did like it in this case because of the limitations that we had. We had temporary lockdown that took out things that had mana values of 2 or less. There's a lot of things you can't get rid of that way. Brotherhood's in only does 3 points of damage. Lots of things that can avoid that. This one does 2 points of damage to each creature and each opponent. Okay. I think because of limitations, I didn't find it as bad. It kind of worked our way up the curve there of 2 points, 3 points, 2 mana, and then 5. I really enjoyed Temporal Firestorm, probably because I love Burn Down the House, but Burn Down the House its time is over. It's been out for 3 years, and it's going to go away with the rotation. So I tried to find something that was going to be Burn Down the House post-rotation, and to me, that is Temporal Firestorm. Still just as good, takes out planeswalkers and creatures, and you have the ability to save 1 or 2 of your own creatures, provided you have enough mana over the top. But this deck really did cry out for mana. We don't have enough treasure generators or something. That might be a thing to do. Thing is, though, it's not about getting your cards to work the best they possibly can get. It's about winning, right? That's unfortunately what it's all about. This deck does a good job of that as it is, so maybe it isn't worth doing something different. We'll just have to try it out sometime. All right, was this deck interesting? For being a Warleader's Call deck, and we didn't really focus on putting out lots of creatures. So I found that to be interesting. I found it interesting that it was a big time as just a control deck. And then after we were done with the control, we just started laying down our own game, and that was usually more than other people can handle. I thought it was an interesting version of a Warleader's Call deck, so I'm going to say, yeah, it was an interesting deck. I thought it was really cool. All right, so there we go. Let's go ahead and add this one up. Was it competitive? Yes. Was it fun? Yeah. Was it interesting? Totes my goats. All right, so that means I'm going to give this deck an A+. And as I am forced to say by federal law, this deck is so choice, I'd highly recommend you pick one up, should you have the means. That is all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.